Andrew is going to come and speak to us this evening. He's come down from Soul Survivor Church in Watford. He's just graduated from Cambridge University, and so he's a recently student. So he knows how to speak to us, so I'll let him come up and do it.
Good evening. It's a real pleasure to be here. Tonight I'm just going to talk about Christmas. And I just want to start. I have with me Chris, £10 note. It's not a trick question. How much is this worth? £10. That's right. Screwed up. How much is it worth now? £10. How much is it worth now? Still 10. Alright. How much is it worth now? £10. Alright. No. Still worth £10. Still worth £10. I'm just going to put it on the side just for a moment. And I want to talk about Christmas, because I think Christmas, one thing about Christmas, it's quite a romantic time of the year. It's a time of the year where we kind of have a cheeky snog under the mistletoe, we curl up next to a fire, we watch Love Actually, we sing All I Want for Christmas Is You to each other. And it's a time where relationships kind of start. And I thought it would be useful for us tonight just to look a little bit about, maybe get a few tips on how to start a relationship this Christmas. And so I do what I normally do when I have a question or a problem. I went to Google. And I Googled yesterday. I was sitting at home and I Googled, how do you tell if a girl likes you? And I've got a few tips here. And girls, you're going to have to help us out, because this could be wrong. It's Google. Alright, so apparently, one signal that a girl will like you is you've got to look out for a damsel in distress, it says. And so it says, if a girl is cold when she's outside, she might deliberately shiver when she's standing next to you. And this is your cue. Yeah, she wants your jumper. Now, girls, is that true? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, another one. It says sometimes a girl will pretend to be really bad at something and say they can't do it. And it says, guys, that is your cue to offer some assistance, and she will most likely be doing this on purpose just to see your reaction. Girls, do this. And for guys, I also Googled, I thought, girls might need a bit of help as well, so I Googled how to tell if a guy likes you. First one I would have done that. And anyway, so I found this out. I'm not entirely sure about it, but whatever. So apparently one thing you can do, girls, is you examine the body language. And this is the advice they give. It says, both his feet will be pointing towards you if he is comfortable with you. But if he is uncomfortable, one foot will be pointing at you and the other will be pointing towards another direction. Okay, I'm a guy. I'm not sure we're quite that complicated. Look where we're looking. You usually kind of get the gist. But anyway, also it says about pupils. So it says about our pupils. So it says, his pupils may dilate if he likes you. But this is quite hard to pick up on. And you might come across as acting strangely by staring really intensely at his eyes. And so it gives us a bit of help, should this scenario ever arise. A helpful hint. It says, if you like him, your pupils may be dilated. Check a mirror and then see if his eyes are similar. There you go. There's a bit of help for starting a relationship this Christmas. And the reason I wanted to mention that is because before I started reading the Bible, I thought the Bible was a boring book about how to be boring. And then I started to read it, and I realised actually, in an odd way, it's a lot more like these books about relationship, because at the centre of a Bible is relationship. It's relationship. And it tells us not about God trying to chat us up, it's not that kind of relationship. It's a relationship that is even more intimate than that between the closest lovers, even more enduring than the most faithful of parents, even more fulfilling than the best of friendships. And when you want to start a relationship, what you do is you try and do something special. Don't you try and do something special to show the person you're into it. I have a mate who recently proposed to his girlfriend. And the way he did it was he He took her on this treasure trail all the way through the town. So she had all these little clues that she had to follow, and blah 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 blah. And then eventually it led them to the beach at night, and the clue led her to this place where X marked the spot. And for some reason he had a shovel on him, so that boy gave her the shovel, and she started to dig, and she dug up the ring, and she picked up the ring, and when she turned around, he was already on one knee, and he asked her to marry him. And then, she said yes, and then, right, what he does is he rigged the base of the cliff with fireworks, which was a recipe for disaster if you ask me, but he'd done that, and he had a remote control. And so at the point that she said yes, he pressed his remote control, and the whole thing exploded, and all these fireworks lit up the night sky. I know it's sick, isn't it? but I thought, right, well, okay, if God wants to start a relationship with me, I mean, if it's God, then surely he should do something pretty spectacular to show that he's into me. I mean, God doesn't need fireworks to light up the night sky. He created it. And I've actually got just a couple of pictures. Can we have the first picture? That's a picture of the Milky Way. That's our local galaxy. 200 billion stars in that. And I kind of thought, well, if God's really into me, then maybe he could write with the pink bits. Hey Andy, I want to hang out with you. There's another picture. Do you want to go to the next one? This is Pleiades. It's a constellation in the Milky Way. It's 440 light years away from us. I kind of think, if God's into me, he could do something pretty special. Maybe he could make Pleiades sing, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And then let's have a look at another picture. We're going way, way, way out here. This is 31 million light years away. It's called the darling of astronomy. It's a galaxy made up of 500 billion stars. And I thought, well, God, if he's really into me, maybe he could do something extravagant with that. Maybe he could make it look like my face or something. And then I realised, actually, God, the one who made all of this, did something utterly spectacular to show that he wanted to have a relationship with me. It's so amazing, I can't even describe it. I'll just show you a little picture. You see, when God wanted to start a relationship with us, he didn't send a text message. He didn't poke us on Facebook. He didn't even write in the stars, I love you. He came himself. And Christmas, the birth of Jesus, is about God saying, hey, I want to know you. I want to hang out with you. I want to have a relationship with you. And many of us, we know the Christmas story. How many people were in like a nativity or something like that when they were little? Hands up. Yeah? Most of us. How many people were shepherds? Did anyone get to be Mary? Yeah? See? And a few Marys. And some of us would have been innkeepers in the nativity. We kind of know the story. There's, Mary and Joseph walking along and they knock on the door and they go in. But they don't go in. There's no room at the inn. And then they get to the next one, knock, no room at the inn. Go to the next one, knock, no room at the inn. So the kindly innkeeper at the third inn, what he does is he says, hey, don't worry. I've got a nice warm stable out back. Why don't you come round? And the picture in the primary school nativity is Mary and Joseph, they go round, and there's this nice clean stable with a nice lighting going on, and animals. How many people are animals? Yeah? Quite a few. Well, I think one question that really illustrates the difference between the nativity story and the story that we just had read to us is this. How many of you, those of you who were animals, how many of you, when you were on stage during the nativity, had a poo?